Hello, Substitution Agami. This is Daz from Bleach and today I'm a little bit bummed out. And the reason for this is the man on screen right now, Kenpachi Zaraki. So yesterday I went ahead and did my summon video, and it's kind of a hard pill to swallow, really, and a life lesson. In gacha games, you summon for the units you like more so than chasing meta. And unfortunately, this man right here, I would argue, is the biggest fumble so far this game has ever done. And I know that's a big statement because we've had releases that have been delayed, we've had game modes that's not worked properly, we had the guild issue. Yeah, there's been quite a few issues within the game, but honestly, genuinely, how can the devs release this man in this kind of condition where a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Bonkai Ichigo is going to be replaced, rip 2 months of Bonkai Ichigo. And while I've not fully got him geared up and stuff, I have tested him out quite a bit, quite extensively in some difficult content, not just against an AI that can't fight back in training mode, which some people do to show off combos and stuff, and that's great and all, but again, the reason why I go ahead and max some of the units out is to go ahead and test them, give you guys a showcase and stuff. I will be ending up showcasing Kenpachi in a different video, but he struggles a lot, sadly, and I'll go ahead and point out why, to be honest. For one, if we go down and if we can read his kit, if we can pull his kit up, actually, I'll go ahead and do it on his skills. Right, so problem number one is damage reduction. Admittedly, I've only got it at skill level 2, but I maxed it out at skill level 3. 20% damage reduction, again, compared to his leak, is simply pathetic. Honestly, he's a close range melee unit that you have to fight in range with a lot of enemies, and in harder events, like in harder towers and stuff, because he's in close range, he gets completely bodied. It's not even funny. The 20% damage reduction is laughable. It's completely, to be honest, one of the main things about this boy is his numbers are too low. He feels lacking, and this is one example. Another example is his second passive. What are we doing here, guys? Again, I've only got it at 2, but it goes up to 2.5%. And you have to wait, you essentially have to wait 10 to 20 seconds to get his full damage up, and you'll be like, oh, I'm waiting a bit, surely it should be great. No, it's 25, it's literally 25%. Again, a laughable number. His damage numbers only go up by 25% for you having to wait 10 to 20 seconds in the fight. Are you serious? It's just, what are they doing? This should have been minimum 50%. Minimum. If I'm honest, if you're waiting for an ability like this, it should be 50, 75, maybe even 100%. For the newest premium unit to come out, and he has to wait to get attack, it's just, why? And then, this one isn't so bad, I guess. It's to do with when he gains a point of frenzy, but again, it's only 30% when it's fully maxed out. It should at least be 30 to 50%, maybe even higher. What are we doing here, really? It's just, his numbers are laughably low. For such, did they really think, oh man, people will summon on this character because he's a hype character. Like, if he's a hype character, make your character good. Like, it's not that hard. Like, what, were you really afraid of replacing Bonkai Ichigo? Like, I don't understand. Like, gacha games are supposed to release units that are supposed to power creep the previous units. And it feels like, for such a cool and iconic character like Kenpachi, it feels like it's a spit in the face, not just to us, but to the actual character himself. Like, he would look at this character and be like, what's this weak ass, like, kit, to be honest. Again, I am going to go ahead and it's weapon stamp as well, right? So this bit at the bottom, right? The devs must have fallen asleep and took a line out of his weapon kit's passive, because sure, the frenzy's nice. The increased damage, technique damage by 100%, that's pretty good. That's actually a decent number. But then this egregious bullshit at the end. When Kenpachi lands a critical hit, where's his critical rate on this? Did the devs just forget about it? Did they fall asleep trying to make it? Like, what happened? Where's his base critical hit rate? Like, if you're going to give him an ability based around him wanting to get crits, where's his base crit rate on his weapon? Koshiro, Dean, Ichigo, I think even Aizen has base crit. So where's Kenpachi's? It's just laughable. Like, a guy that's based around doing crits and you don't give him base crit rate on his weapon stat. Like, what the hell? And like, he does an additional attack, but it does 40% of the original one, which is fair enough, because if you are landing a crit, you are doing like significant damage. But it doesn't matter because you don't have crits to go off of. So this passive shouldn't even exist, because you're not helping your unit out by giving him base crit rate at all. You know, it's laughable. Aizen, who's supposed to be a tactic unit, not even a full assault unit, there's more crit than Kenpachi. Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, seriously. I know I'm sounding a bit heated, but like, I just can't wrap my head around it. And then another thing that they've done is they've introduced like ailment mastery. Like, the thing is, like, okay, so a redeeming factor, a boundary 2. For each point of ailment damage, for each 1% of ailment damage, his crit rate goes up by 0.5% up to 30. So you need 60% ailment, which isn't too difficult to get on him. So he's got 30% crit rate here, which is nice. But characters like Bonkai Ichigo, he gets like 60% crit rate in his passive by triggering 2 skills, which are really easy to do. All he has got to do is a counter, which if you're running him with Aizen, it's easy, and he's got to trigger his technique, and boom, he's got like 60% additional crit rate on his passive. I know it's only for 6 seconds, but you're doing a shit ton of damage in that time. Like, so what? Kenpachi's got base 30% crit rate, and that's it. Like, there's no crit rate anywhere else on his kit. None there. None there. Like, it's crit damage, which is nice, but again, you need to crit to do crit damage. So, like, it's... And the thing as well is, like, here, again, like, building up and stacking, like, the cleave and basic attack and his kendo. Like, because when you go into his ultimate, the way how it works is, you just keep on hitting the auto attack button, which builds up his ultimate, which is great and all. But again, no crit rate built in, apart from 30% he has. Like, even with, like, the built up ultimate damage, like, it's just, without him being able to crit, like, that's one of his biggest problems. His crit numbers, his crit rate's too low, his numbers, his overall percentages are too low, and his damage reduction 20%, like, is laughable. Those are the main 3 issues that I have with him. And then on top of that, he's trying to do everything. He's trying to do ailment damage, crit rate, well, I say crit rate, laughable amounts of crit rate for a DPS. He's trying to do crit damage, he's trying to do auto attacks, he's trying to do techniques. Like, what is he doing? He excels at nothing. Like, his damage numbers are too low, it's just... Man, like... It's like I said to Roxy, like, after I'd summoned for him, and for me personally, he's one of my favourite characters, like, I couldn't, you know, if you can't tell by my tone of annoyance at this video. And I was talking to Roxy, I was just like, I feel like I've just been robbed, to be honest. Like, you know, it's supposed to be the newest premium unit, you know, we're technically in a celebration to do with him. And why? Like, people are just like, oh, we'll happily skip him. And to be honest, I don't blame people, to be fair. Like, I mean, sure, if you don't have Bonkai Ichigo, and that's arguably my main problem. Like, Ichigo's my favourite character, and I was a bit bummed originally when I was like, oh, we've got another slash DPS that's going to replace Ichigo so soon. But then, like, the devs just decided to piss on this man's kit, to be honest. Like, did they have regret of making him slash? Like, what happened? And I know the leaks were kind of completely wrong for his kit, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably another thing, like, people saw some supposed leaks, and, like, his kit was way better in those leaks compared to this. This is horrendously undertuned. And, like, that's the nicest I'm gonna be about it, like, it's undertuned. Personally, I just think the devs completely screwed up, if I'm honest. And that's a shame. You know, I've got the man, I'm gonna keep trying to use him and try and force and make him good. That's the thing, like, I've used Kisuke, I've used Aizen with him, I've used supports with him. He does a bit more damage, don't get me wrong, when he's juiced up, but again, who else have I ranted about recently that I'm like, he's only good if he's juiced up? Toshiro. And we're literally like a month or 2 away from Toshiro's release. And even Toshiro has crit on his weapon stamp. Like, what are we doing, devs? Like, please just buff him. Please just do something. Like, because, like, what? So we've seen leaks for Grimmjow's kit. Is Grimmjow just gonna follow the trend of being shit? Like, I hope not. But yeah, this has left a really sour taste in my mouth, to be honest. And I know it seems like it's all doom and gloom, but it's just, yeah. As someone who's, like, I have him Boundary 6, like, this isn't someone who should have called him at Boundary 0 and, oh man, he's terrible, he's got nothing going for him. Like, I have him max duped, I have his weapon fully done, like, I have okay equips, like, yeah, they're not fully leveled up, and they're not the best equips, I'll admit that, but we've only had a day to farm them. You know, we've got the tags, which, you know, hopefully will give him better equips, but, like, they've introduced this ailment mastery thing, which, are stats even on there yet? Like, can we get equips with those stats on to help him out? Was that what I was hoping? They were just like, oh man, well, you know, he's got this new shiny mechanic that's going to help his damage, and I'm just like, do we really need to add another stat mechanic? Like, his kit's just a jack of trades, master of none, and to be honest, if that jack of all trades, I wouldn't want that jack of all trades working on anything for me, to be honest. Anyway, I feel like I'm just ranting in circles. I pointed out the main thing about his kit, to be honest. And some people say he seems fairly slow and clunky, which, yeah, is also kind of true, to be honest. Look, I've used him in Tower, and I've used him in difficult content. And I'm not just saying this from, like, an anecdotal point. Like, he's died repeatedly in like hard content because he's in the middle of the forefront. His damage reduction does nothing. Like, he's better being under Aizen's ultimate because Aizen protects people under his ultimate than his own freaking passive. Like, just buff him, devs. That's all I've got to say. Like, yeah. As I say, I'll be bringing a showcase soon, and you guys can see for yourselves and make your own decision. Yeah. Unfortunately, right now, we live in a world where the most recent premium character is unfortunately the worst, which should not be happening in a gacha game at all. I know sometimes you do get zeros, but just, yeah. If you do want to summon for this guy, guys, don't go in as deep as I did. It's not worth it, especially if you have boundary. Especially if you have Bonkai Ichigo fairly boosted up, like I do myself. Like, he's almost 70k. Bonkai Ichigo outperforms this man by quite a bit. So yeah. My final bit of advice is, unless he gets a cataclysmic buff, yeah, just use your Ichigo, guys, and save for Grimmjow in a few weeks' time. Just save your currency. Just don't make this mistake. But that's why I do it, you know. You guys can live through me. You can either celebrate successes like Aizen, or we can all cry together at fumbles like this one. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna record some showcases of this guy, if you can call it that, smashing my head against the wall, trying to make this guy work. And yeah. Until next time, have a great day, and peace out.